Hi, I'm Taylor Doyle, and I chose to do my poetry portfolio project about the Greek poet Homer. Homer was the poet of epic poems including the Iliad and the Odyssey. It was said he was born sometime between the 12th and the 8th century BC. However, his origin is actually a huge mystery. It is uncertain what year he was born, what part of the world he was born in, what language he originally spoke, or, quite frankly, if he even actually existed. Despite his mysterious origins, Homer was without a doubt an influential character in the world. For example, the book I used for majority of my research in this project was a series of books called Books That Changed the World, and it's the Iliad and the Odyssey edition. The authors of this book also wrote two other books about how the Bible and the Quran changed the world. It was weird to me that they had written the Iliad and the Odyssey as such an influential book, because to me it never was. Because I've seen how the Bible has influenced people, how the Quran has influenced people, and how it's changed the world. But before reading this book, I never understood exactly the literary magnitude of the Iliad and the Odyssey. Back in Homer's day, people called him a god on earth. It was not uncommon for the Greek god Zeus to be called the father of the gods, and because of this, Homer earned himself a nickname of Father of Humankind. Throughout history, many historical figures have preached the importance of reading and understanding Homer's works. For example, Alexander Pope said, Be Homer's works your study and delight, read them by day and meditate them by night. This quote kind of signifies the magnitude of Homer's greatness in that one should read and pick apart and analyze and understand his works and meditate them at night in order to get a full understanding of Homer's genius. Homer was also a very influential character after the Odyssey and the Iliad first came out. He basically revolutionized Greek way of thinking. From about 1200 BC and for 700 years until Plato's time, the Iliad and the Odyssey were the basis of Greek religion and morals, as well as the chief source of history and even practical information on geography, navigation, and even shipbuilding. Homer, without a doubt, revolutionized how the Greeks thought and changed their day-to-day lives. Homer is also influential to our modern society. His poems essentially are the basis of all of our stories. A major influence that he had on our society was the length of stories. Before Homer, stories were passed from generation to generation verbally, and this caused lots of discrepancies in the story. As you have noticed, a story changes every time you tell it. It's like when you see a fight in high school. First it starts out she shoved her, and then it ends with she pulled a gun by the time you hear it again. It just gets blown way out of proportion and changes. However, the recent invention of the Greek alphabet solved this for Homer. This caused a greater consistency and allowed for longer poems because of the elimination of human memory limitations. Because a human can only remember so much.